They called them gods. They came from the heavens, walked among kings, taught secrets of the stars, and then they left. Welcome to the Empire of Secrets. I'm your host. Tonight we dig into one of the most controversial chapters of forbidden history. The Anunnaki, ancient sky gods said to have arrived from another world, mining gold, shaping civilizations, and possibly engineering humanity itself. Strap in. This is part myth, part hypothesis, and part dangerous question. What if the story we've been told about our origins is only half the truth? Our journey begins in the rich soils of Mesopotamia, Sumer, Akkad, Babylon, where clay tablets preserve names, rituals, kings, and gods. For millennia, scholars read these tablets as myth and metaphor. But in the 20th century, a different reading gained traction. Zecharia Sitchin, among others, retranslated ancient texts, proposing that the Anunnaki were not immortal spirits, but extraterrestrial visitors from a distant world, often linked to a hypothetical planet called Nibiru. According to this line of thought, Sumerian epics are eyewitness records, spacecraft, interstellar journeys, and dealings with human labor. Whether you call it revisionist translation or speculative fiction, Sitchin's work sparked a global movement of researchers, authors, and amateur explorers asking uncomfortable questions about our past. Central to the Anunnaki narrative is the claim of a homeworld. Sitchin identified a long-period, mysterious planet, Nibiru, whose elongated orbit brings it near Earth every few thousand years. Some modern adherents reinterpret this as a lost colony world, devastated and desperate for resources. From there, the story goes, expeditions crossed the void to reach Earth's abundant metals. Skeptics point out that mainstream astronomy finds no evidence for such a planet in our solar system. Yet the idea persists, fueled by misreadings of ancient calendars, myths of cyclic cataclysms, and the human appetite for cosmic drama. What's important for us is less the astronomical specifics than the larger claim that people in antiquity recorded encounters with intelligent beings who arrived from elsewhere. Why would a spacefaring civilization come to Earth? The Anunnaki theory offers a blunt answer: gold. Ancient records and later interpretations suggest gold was mined, stored, and even processed in ways that hint at high value beyond mere ornament. Some versions of the hypothesis argue that gold was a raw material for advanced technologies, atmospheric shields, energy conductors, or even life support systems, making Earth a target for extraction. There are archaeological sites with extensive mining signatures in ancient times, and there are ancient texts that mention gods bringing metal. Whether these lines of evidence point to extraterrestrial mining or to human economies and metallurgy is the fault line between mainstream history and forbidden archaeology. One of the most provocative claims is that the Anunnaki engineered humankind. Sitchin and followers read creation passages as genetic engineering programs, gods who mixed their own seed with earth-born hominids to create a labor force suited to mining. The idea taps into powerful motifs: gods as creators, humans as tools, and science as a blunt instrument for survival. Critics rightly stress that these readings stretch translation and conflate metaphor with molecular biology. Still, as a story, it persists because it answers uncomfortable questions. Where did complex knowledge suddenly appear? How did civilization emerge so quickly in certain places? The genetic evidence for human evolution shows deep, branching physical change over hundreds of thousands of years. Yet the cultural leap of early cities invites speculation about extra help. Advocates point to a patchwork of clues: anomalous artifacts, odd inscriptions, megalithic structures, and texts describing gods descending from the sky. They highlight the sophistication of Sumerian astronomy, the uncanny mathematical knowledge encoded in ancient monuments and artifacts whose function remains debated. Mainstream archaeologists respond with methods: dating, context, comparative linguistics. They show how myths encode social memory, how technological leaps can emerge from human ingenuity, and how pattern finding can create narratives that fit selective facts. In the shadows between these approaches is fertile ground for speculation and for sensational storytelling. Beyond origins, the Anunnaki narrative explains power. If gods granted technology and authority, then religious structures could be devices for social control. Temples, rituals, and priesthoods become more than spiritual institutions. They are the managerial arms of cosmic patrons. This interpretation reframes myths as political manuals. The gods teach metallurgy, irrigation, writing, and law, and humans reciprocate through worship and labor. Whether literal or metaphorical, the lesson resonates. Knowledge concentrates power, and power requires stories to maintain itself. Why does the Anunnaki myth endure? Because it answers modern anxieties. In an age of rapid technological change, ancient astronaut narratives offer a mirror. What if humanity is the result of outside intervention? The idea has seeped into movies, novels, video games, and conspiracy forums. It's a cultural lens through which people project fears and hopes about hidden elites, forbidden technologies, and lost wisdom. For some, it's spiritual. Our creators were gods who will return. For others, it's political. Elites hide evidence to preserve control. For creators of forbidden history channels like this one, it's a powerful engine of curiosity and controversy. A responsible inquiry asks, what would prove the Anunnaki claim? A smoking gun would be material evidence. An artifact with unambiguous non-human manufacture and verifiable provenance. DNA markers unexplainable by known lineages, or astronomical data matching ancient records to an actual planet. Absent that, we must weigh plausibility against method. Extraordinary claims demand extraordinary evidence. That standard protects us from wishful thinking. Yet asking the questions and testing them with open, rigorous methods is the heart of both science and exploration. So where does that leave us? The Anunnaki narrative sits at the crossroads of myth, mistranslation, and modern longing for cosmic significance. Whether you accept it as literal history, symbolic myth, or speculative fiction, it forces us to re-examine assumptions about origins, power, and knowledge. The Empire of Secrets isn't about confirming a single story. It's about keeping the door open to discovery while demanding the evidence to walk through it. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe, share your theory in the comments, and join us next time as we peel back another layer of forbidden history. Until then, keep looking up and keep asking the dangerous questions. Thanks for diving into the Empire of Secrets with us. If this episode sparked your curiosity, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss future deep dives into forbidden history. Share your thoughts and theories in the comments. I read them all. If you like the show, give it a thumbs up and consider sharing with a friend who loves mysteries. For more behind-the-scenes content and episode updates, follow us on YouTube. Until next time, stay curious, question everything, and keep searching the shadows of history. New episode every Monday.